Hey, my name is Prini Botu. I'm here with Neil Varghese, Amazing She, and Abigail Starr. We are WAF, and for this is our CS411 final project. We created a vacation planner, and so the first step, our main goal here is to essentially help people with planning vacations. The first step is to go to the My Info tab and essentially fill out a username, name, last name, and a home city ID. We're going with 9003 because that corresponds to Urbana, and the city ID is very important because that's how we're able to determine location and distance based on where you are. So we'll click submit. As you can see, we've created a new user. We'll log back out. We'll just log back in real quick to prove that you can actually log in. We have no future getaways right now. That's fine. Let's go to plan a vacation real quick, and we can do some things as simple as like things in Urbana that we want to do. For example, you can see let's do Cranor Art Museum. More info. You can see the city location as well as like other ratings and like what people have said. So another thing for example, let's add a rating for this. Why not? We'll rate it. We'll just fill in something random. We'll give it 5 stars. And let's just say I loved it or it was lovely. Alright, that's good enough. Submit. And if we go back to Plan a Vacation and we search up Cranor Urbana, let's say, we'll go to Cranor. Reviews. You can see it added our review just now. Now suppose we actually want to go there one more time. Let's add this to our plan. Or let's add this to our plan. And as of right now, we have no plans listed, so let's name our new plan. Let's call it My Trip. My Trip. We'll add it to that plan. And so we can actually do some more complex queries with this. For example, let's do things to do above 80 degrees. Because we love beautiful weather. So we'll say 80 degrees, why not? And as you can see, it gives us the option of like different things we can do. One thing to note, if you go to the very top, we can sort it based on what we want to see. Suppose we want alphabetical or low to high. Actually, low to high makes sense. We're cheap like that. And let's do French Quarter, why not? More info, reviews, okay. Seems kind of bad, but why not? We'll go to this. We'll close out of this.
Oops. Wait, what were we doing again?
Things to do above 80 degrees.
Sorry. Oh god.
This is not helping our time restraint. I know we want to sort from low to high.
Yes, that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah. So now we're going to French Quarter. Not more info. We want to add to our plan.
Oh, sorry.
Add to our plan. And then we'll say the same trip, My Trip to Urbana.
Even though this is not in Urbana.
This is not Urbana, but why not? So let's go back over to the My Info tab.
Yeah.
And so we're logged in as that, right? So now under Future Getaways, you'll see that plan showed up. And I'll let Neil explain this part about how we're essentially storing these things under plans.
So these things.
So for the back end, we got our basic REST API things. We got get, post, delete, put, and we have a JSON object that basically we use to communicate with the front end. That kind of format, it contains a procedure type and a parameters list for the appropriate type of operation that we want to perform. So in the case of, we have 3 basic operations that we're going to perform. We have Mongo CRUD stuff, MySQL CRUD, and then we have stored MySQL procedures for the more complex things. So let's take a look. Here's our routes. Specifically for get, you'll see here that we basically just test if it's a CRUD, Mongo CRUD, or if it's a stored procedure in this get request. Let's go take a look specifically at CRUD, and we'll note that, yeah, just typical DB queries of the table values were appropriate, and Mongo CRUD it's a similar story there. So calling a stored procedure just calls a stored procedure that we already have written in MySQL. So, and we already know how to do those.
So I'm going to walk you through the stored procedures for our advanced functionality. We have all of our stored procedures here. Our main ones is this create user distance table, which goes through and creates a table of all of the user and the distance from that user to every single city. It uses cursors, and then we have this stored procedure up here that basically creates the table, joins off of it, and filters out the data. And finally, we have this calculate distance function, which we use as a helper function.
So this is our planification page where you can search a query, and on the client side, on the front end, we take your query and then match it against regex expressions to find out what stored procedure and what parameters we should get. And in this giant if statement tree, we set all that. And then at the very end of this search function, we add that to a lambda function and then execute it and wait for the results. And this is how our advanced function 1 works.